everyone. Fundraisers and acquisitions are making headlines in the startup space. I'm Priya Sheth, and you're watching the Daily Dispatch. The companies that are in focus today include Trifecta Capital, Northern Arc Capital, as well as Swiggy. Well, headline number one, Trifecta Capital has launched its third venture debt fund with a target corpus of 1,500 crore rupees, which includes a green shoe option of about 500 crore rupees. It plans to utilize this fund to partner with about 50 to 75 category leading startups that are looking for growth capital and to focus on investing in B2B marketplaces, D2C brands, as well as the SaaS startup space. Well, headline number two, Northern Arc Capital has just concluded a $50 million external commercial borrowing transaction with the Japanese International Cooperation Agency. The funds will be used to meet credit demands of women borrowers or towards products that disproportionately benefit women. Well, final headline of the day, reports suggest that food delivery giant Swiggy is in initial talks to acquire hyperlocal delivery startup Dunzo. Now, Swiggy is also in talks to raise a large round of funding, which could see its valuation double to $10 to $12 billion. Now, if the deal goes through, it will help Swiggy expand its delivery basket to offer non-food services and help it compete with rival Zomato. Well, moving on to our second segment, I have with me someone who's just raised about 60 crore rupees. I have with me Prabkiran from Bewakoof. Thank you very much, Prabkiran, for joining us today. 60 crore rupees in the bank. How does it feel and what is it going to be used for?
Yeah, so again, all fundraise rather than they being felt like an end, they are just the beginning for the work that is ahead of us. So we do have ambitious targets next 3-4 years, and this fundraise is just another step towards that.
Tell us a little bit about the utilization, because 60 crore rupees has come from a very prominent investor out there. I'm sure they have some, targets in terms of a vision that you may have. So if you could tell us a little bit about your vision in terms of how the funds are going to be utilized.
Right. So there are 3-4 focus areas for us. The first one is investing on product. On product, there are 2 focus areas. One is how do we improve our product? How do we innovate on design, on quality? How do we bring the best trends that are out there to our consumers to keep doing what Bewakoof is good at, that is enabling self-expression on each and every lifestyle product. So that continues to be a focus area. Apart from that, we are focusing on product expansion. Last year, we from a casual wear brand, we got into ethnic, and this year we launched a beauty brand called Cosmos. And next upcoming is activewear and innerwear. So product expansion is a key focus area for us. Apart from product expansion, the second big area of focus is branding. And that's where one of the investors who has come on board is Spring Marketing Capital. And Bewakoof is going to go on TV. We are going to get a brand story out there. Bewakoof was always a purposeful brand. There was always a philosophy behind Bewakoof. And through our campaigns, we want to bring that out. And that's where Spring Marketing Capital is an investor with a synergy where they'll be taking care of our entire creative needs and also crafting the Bewakoof story. So branding is the second important area. The third important piece for us is always technology. Bewakoof's core is a technology company, and our focus areas are building features around gamification. We want to be pioneers in video commerce, and we'll soon have something coming up there. And the third focus area for us is going to be content. And that's where we are going to integrate video commerce and shopping through content. So these are some of the focus areas for us.
You spoke about new categories that you'd like to be bringing out. Right now, as we speak, which are your top 3 categories in terms of revenue? And over the next couple of months, considering that you've launched so many new categories, what is your vision in terms of bringing, the most prominent categories out there? So which would be the categories of the future, according to you?
So Bewakoof started as a brand with the category of t-shirts. And this was one category that the brand was known for. And still many people see us as a t-shirt company, even though today 30% of the sale only comes from the t-shirt category. But Bewakoof has grown into all the categories in casual wear, be it joggers, shorts, pajamas, shirts, polos. All of these are significant contributors for us right now. So we are as much a t-shirt company what Amazon was a book retailer when they started. For us, product expansion is all part of the plan. We see ourselves as the self-expression enabler. And for us, every lifestyle category is a canvas where we can add expression and make those products unique, differentiated, that appeal to the identities of people. This is what Bewakoof does. So right now, in casual wear, these are some of the prominent categories that I spoke about. For us, ethnic has grown and is becoming big. And for future, the categories that we are excited about, one is we want to scale up Cosmos. Bewakoof Cosmos was launched just 2 months back, and we have seen really promising results. So this is one thing that we're looking forward to. And the upcoming categories are activewear and innerwear. We feel that there is still that area is really underserved in India, and there's a lot of scope when it comes to adding expression to these two categories. And these are the two categories that we are really focusing on.
Will these categories that you've been expanding to be manufactured in-house, or are you tying up with third-party manufacturers for many of these categories?
Right. So we do both always. A part of it is in-house and part of it is outsourced. But in the newer categories, many times we do try it out with external partners and before bringing them in-house. So the strategy will always be a mix of two. And especially given COVID, the supply chains have to be more diversified. You just can't put all your eggs in one basket. For us, while the second wave or the first wave was going up, there were times when only in-house was working, and there were times when only outsource was working. So we will be splitting our volume across the two.
Right. We have the festive season that's coming up. It's just around the corner. What kind of expectations do you have in terms of shopping online? Do you think sales are going to rise significantly over the next couple of months?
Definitely. We feel that there is a lot of pent-up demand, especially after the second wave. People have been really cautious, and people have been going out lesser, and overall the mood was muted from a very long time. I think so far there are no signs of third wave. If that does not happen, then we are seeing for a blockbuster festival season in front of us.
Right. I believe 2,000 crore rupees is the kind of revenue target that you're working with. So when will you be looking at achieving that? And what is really going to drive this kind of revenue?
Right. So our time frame is 4 years when we want to achieve this. And for us, what is going to achieve this target is, again, going back to the pillars that I just spoke about. On product, there is a lot that will be happening. We just entered beauty. For us. We are covering categories within fashion, and we plan to enter home also in the next 1-2 years. So if you see the fashion businesses are not category businesses. They are the business of attitude. And that's where, when it comes to adding expression to lifestyle products, the sky is the limit. And those are the areas of scope of growth for us. Apart from that, one thing that we have started focusing now is adding distribution to Bewakoof. So far, we were always a bootstrap business, raising very limited capital in our initial years. And all the traction that Bewakoof gained, we built on our own platform. Right. So till today, 90% of the sale is happening on our own platform. Now you can imagine this is a product with a very strong product market fit, which is yet to go into distribution. And that's what we are doing. We are first onboarding online distribution, both in India and also started that process internationally also. And we just listed on Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, and are seeing really interesting early numbers. So the distribution is a focus area. The third focus area with branding is one of the key objectives is brand awareness. And if you see, the overall e-commerce market of India is close to 10 crore people buying online, and Bewakoof till date has only reached out to 40 lakh customers out of that. So we believe that out of that 10 crore people, a majority are the Gen Z and the millennials, which is Bewakoof's target audience. And we plan to reach out to them through the brand campaign. So there is enough legroom for scope of growth through that channel also.
All right, Kiran, we wish you all the very best. And thank you so much for being a part of the Daily Dispatch. Thank you so much for your time. Well, time now to wrap up this edition of the Daily Dispatch. I'll catch you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Goodbye and stay safe.